this DOA process is basically learn what annexation is. And it is a very convoluted process, yet it's so very simple. Basically, a landowner goes to the city of Stuart and says, I would like to annex my land. Here's a fee that I'm going to pay for this. And the city commission votes to accept the annexed land. The county is notified. Now, what's in it for the city? Obviously more fees, they get some taxes. What's in it for you if you're a personal landowner? If it's a private residence, you might want the benefit of having a stored address. However, if you're a developer, it goes much beyond that. A developer pays a fee to annex into the city of Stuart so that they can create the opportunity for greater density, for higher buildings, smaller setbacks, and as a result, you can get more people on more land, thus creating a greater profit. Tonight at the City Commission meeting, it was very ironic because one of the parcels that was discussed was an annexed property that's in Jensen Beach, which is interesting because it's not really in the city of Stuart. And the land that was being discussed because the trees had been taken down erroneously, basically creating a flat surface where there should be some kind of buffer for these buildings that they're putting in. So one of the city commissioners said this evening that, and I had to write it down because I was so actually taken back by the fact that somebody could vote to plow down 50 acres of land and 10 wetlands and yet make this comment. We don't hold them, meaning the developers, accountable for wildlife regardless. Well, this is the interesting thing when it comes to annexation. What's happening is the developer is paying a fee to annex the land. They then apply for a variance for the future land use, which also requires a fee, and then they apply to have the land actually rezoned so that they can build again with more density, higher buildings, fewer setbacks. And again, it's to generate profit. Now, we know what's in it for the developer, obviously. They're looking to make money, but you have to ask what's in it for the city. When the city annexes land, in theory, they should be providing a service to that person, to that company, to that developer that isn't necessarily provided otherwise. And I'm not really 100% sure why a parcel in Jensen Beach would need to be annexed into the city of Stuart. The other interesting thing is when you look at the land that's been annexed into the city of Stuart of late, it's kind of a hodgepodge. Yesterday we discussed that Linda Kay, who was the original intervener for the Cantor CPUD, lives literally across the street and could not be the petitioner. Yet the land over at Bridgeview at the base of the Veterans Bridge and the land on the other side of where she lives has been annexed into the city. The more interesting thing is that where Linda Kay lives and others along the Cantor Highway are on city water, which means that at some point, if the city chooses, they can take that land and annex it into the city without their permission. So we just wanted to address today that there are other things that are happening. It's not just one piece or part when it comes to this whole DOA process. Yes, it is one filing. Yes, it is one petitioner. But what we're looking at is all of this that contributes to that process and why we're here. There are changes that need to be made, and one of them is how we annex land and why.